I think I'm gonna slack off just a little bit this month, but we'll see. Hi guys, Ashley from ashcashbudget here. If you're new to this channel, I'm currently following the Dave Ramsey baby steps. I'm on baby step number 2, paying up about $42,000 in debt. Here we go over my budget plans, my debt snowballs, vlogs, hauls, that kind of stuff. So if you want to continue with me on my journey, click the little red subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you're notified when I post next. I am sick yet again. I'm getting over a cold. Hopefully I don't sound too bad. I'm almost fully 100%. And I wanted to bring you guys my June 2019 budget plan. I really don't know where this month is going to take me. I'm hoping to try to do a video on this, but I have been gazelle intense. Just wait until you see my June 2019 debt snowball update and my May 2019 budget report, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. At least I think I've been a bit gazelle intense, but I think I'm gonna have to cut it back a little bit this month. I might have to concentrate a little bit on work and some home stuff and just take a little bit of time off from the side hustling. I'm gonna guess that my first paycheck is gonna be something like $1,350 and my second paycheck is going to be $650. It's really hard, you know, like I said before, variable income and my job can throw a lot of curveballs where I think there's nothing going on and then all of a sudden we have a lot of work. Or I might think might be a couple of things and then we have nothing. It really just all depends, but this is what I'm guessing going forward into June. This, my boyfriend's amount, that is just a carryover from last month for what he owed for bills last month. And once I update all of the bills for this month, then I can update the amount that he owes for this month. And then my side hustles, which I usually leave at 0 till near the end of the month. But I always try to go based off of my regular income first and foremost, and then add that stuff in after. Although I'm not really planning on putting that much time into my side hustles this month. It could go either way. I do have a little bit of dog sitting to do, but I might have some Instacart. I definitely want to keep those hours so I can keep early access. I'm not sure about DoorDash. I've also added Postmates and I've done 1 order so far, but since I'm kind of cutting back, that might not get any action either. There's a bunch of stuff that I got to do at the house. I got to start cleaning out some stuff and decluttering. And so that might just cost me a little bit of my time and money since I won't be making any money with side hustling. I definitely love the gazelle intensity, but sometimes you got to do other things. If you do see here, we are $323.37 over budget for now. But there's definitely places I can cut back if I truly only end up with this much for my regular income and don't end up with any side hustles. In savings, I'm going to add a little bit more to a couple of things, but this can be cut back if absolutely necessary, but there's definitely some things I want to do. For car, I'm going to go ahead and do my regular 50. I want to get back into the swing of things and make sure that I at least do 50 per month for car and medical. Over here, you'll see that there's still 1,700 remaining, but this is before June starts. Actually, I'm going to take in, I talked about it, I don't know exactly when, a couple of videos ago in one of my budget reports or budget plans about how they quoted me some work and I really needed to get it done. Well, it's time for another oil change, so I'm going to take it in and get that quoted work done. So this 1,785, that's with that $50 added. So before that, it's like 1,735 that I have set aside right now, and hopefully that'll cover all of the work I need to do on some steering issues and get my oil change. And then hopefully there will be a little bit left to do a tire rotation. I'm scheduled to take in my car on the 3rd of June. So they'll have it for a couple days. So by the 5th of June, this is definitely gonna go down by quite a lot. Medical, I'm also gonna probably pay a couple of bills before I end up getting to put this 200 there. But I'm putting 200 because I want to try to finish out the rest of the medical bills that I have. I still might have a couple more things in the future, but for now I want to try to get caught up. I need to look through all my stuff. I've just been super busy at work, but kind of gather everything together and get the rest of my bills paid off. At the end of this last month, I should have 526. Things might change, you never know. If I ever have to change things around between my sinking funds before the end of May, since it's not the end of May yet, I'm going to plan on putting $200 in June so that can help me pay off those bills. So this might actually go down before I actually get my first paycheck of the month or put anything in these sinking funds. But then hopefully with this extra 200, I can get most of my stuff nearly paid off and then see how much more I need to go to get everything fully paid off and caught up. Next is my phone. I would really like to try to put another $20 in there this month like I did last month, which would bring me up to 40. Gifts, I would like to continue with 30. That is kind of my minimum. Some months I've had to cut it out before, but it's already halfway through the year. I need to start thinking about Christmas. I'm sure I have other things coming up, so $30 into gifts. My mom's birthday is this month, so we'll see what happens with that. And then shows, I'm just going to let sit at $68.52 for right now. In housing, this is where it was last month. Once I get the bills in around the 20th of June, then I can update these amounts. So these are just from last month. Of course, rent is $850. That's going to stay the same. City was $73.05. Electric was $35.99. I expect that to go up because of the summer months. And then internet, $45.89. That should stay about the same. Here are my regular bills. These are what I am solely responsible for. Phone, $85.91. That stays around the same, give or take a few cents. Car insurance for $100, and then health insurance $150, which I actually paid back to my boyfriend in a way by taking it off of what he owes. That amount up top, I take that $150 off of there. It's just so I can hold myself accountable. I pay for my health insurance because I get it through him, through his work. Here we are, miscellaneous. So this is another thing. This is going to be my halfway reward. I really don't know how much it's going to cost. I'm hoping maybe not this much. It could be a little bit more, and I have to just be okay with that. I'm a little bit nervous to spend money on myself, but I already said my friend is coming back. She's on tour, and she wanted to get her first tattoo, and I said I would get it with her, and I would get one with her, not, matching, but I would go with her and be there for her first experience. And it perfectly lined up. She's coming back. When I did my April 2019 Debt Snowball update, I reached my halfway mark. Yeah, that was a couple months ago, but I already kind of knew that this was going to happen. So we're going to do it. We're going to go get tattoos. That's going to be my halfway through debt reward. And I'm also under 20,000 now. So that's kind of another milestone. I haven't given myself really any milestone rewards yet. So I've just got to be fine with treating myself a little bit. So if it's a little bit more, I'll budget that in and change it around and figure it out. For now, I'm going to plan $150 for that. My cash envelopes are kind of simple this time. If I have to change anything around, I will. But gas, I'm going to go ahead and do $150 per paycheck, which would be $300 for the month. I've been doing that with all of my side hustles lately, so we'll see how that goes. If I don't really do many side hustles, if I need that much or not. Usually with just my job, I need $100 per paycheck. We'll play it how it goes. Medical is always $25 per paycheck, $50 for the month. Cats is always $20 per paycheck, $40 for the month. Personal is usually a minimum of $50 per paycheck the times that I fund it. So this $50 here is just one of the paychecks, and I'm going to skip the other. I haven't decided which one yet. Hair, I'm going to go ahead and try to fund for one paycheck, which would be $20. Clothing, I'm probably going to skip, but we'll see how the month goes. Wallet, I also want to fund for one paycheck, so that would be $20 as well, just because I'll get paid before I go out of town for work where I have to stay a couple hours away for a few days, and I might want a little bit of wallet money for that. So I would like to put that with my first paycheck. Groceries and household I'll skip because we're still doing pretty well with the church checks that my boyfriend and I split the duties. It's sound services on Sundays, so we split those duties and it goes to groceries and household envelopes, and those are doing pretty good. If I ever have to, I will add to that. Finally, down here, my debt. I would like to not take away from this to get to a zero-based budget if I absolutely have to. I would take away from other things. So my minimum payments, this is for all my student loans, this would be $75 this month as long as I did everything right. Couple months ago I messed up. I like to have round even numbers, so I add a little bit extra to my minimums just to get it to an even number. I like to do it in fives. $75. You'll have to see what's up with my May 2019 budget report and my debt snowball update to see why exactly my minimums for my student loans has changed. But yes, it's only going to be $75 this month as long as I did everything right. But for a traditional debt snowball, you take all of your minimums, your old minimums, and as you move forward and pay things off, you add those old minimums to your debt snowball. And all of my old minimums amounted to $555 in the beginning. So in order to pay $555 in debt, if you see here, it adds it up to $555. That means I have to pay $480 on the current student loan that I am working on in my debt snowball. So at minimum, even if I slack a bit and don't do as much side hustles, and hopefully I get a little bit more work with my regular job if I don't get enough side hustles to make up this $323, I at least want to pay that $480. I at least want to pay my minimum traditional debt snowball amount. Of course, most other months I get well above that, or at least more above that, but since I'm relaxing a little bit this month and cutting back a little bit, it might just be that minimum amount. Hopefully I can still do more. Of course, if I make over this amount plus some, then of course it's going to go to that snowball payment. If I come in under budget for my halfway reward, then that extra will go to this payment. Or if I cut back in other areas because I decide I don't need as much, then that payment will go up. But we'll see. There really is a whole month left, and I'm not sure where it's going to go. I think I have my categories pretty much maxed out where I would probably put it for the month anyways. I think that's the best I can come up with for my June plan. I always make sure to check in with my budget as I go through the month, so that I can adjust things as I need to. But that's going to be it. I, of course, will leave the links up above to subscribe and another video that YouTube will suggest for you guys. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.